Hello everybody, this is Cynthia. I am back again with another video. I've been trying to get some footage to have it in the background and to start sharing things with you. And this is going to be a little bit more educational, I think. This is going to be about Chloe and about some of the activities that we are doing now that we are in quarantine, because I know that it's been a while, it's been months, and she is growing up. She has to learn a lot of things and she gets bored like any other kid. She gets really bored. So we're going to talk about some of the activities that we do in case you have children, in case my viewers are moms, in case you are a dad too. I know that in my previous video, that video was dedicated for fathers and mothers on Father's Day. So I really hope you enjoyed it. You can always leave comments in the comment section. I'll be happy to hear from you. But for now, we're going to start with some of the activities that we have. So the first thing that I want to talk about is about yoga. This is her yoga mat. This is what we use when we try to do yoga. And here are some of the yoga stretches that we can do. However, we don't really use that. We use more this side on the floor. And I really like that because I feel like yoga has helped her to calm down and to take her anxiety to a different level where she can explore it instead of avoiding it, or instead of ignoring it. She can just feel it and go through it and just take all that energy out somewhere else. So I really like that because I know that I have problems with anxiety, and I know that many of us do in different ways, but I really like that she does very well with yoga. I'm going to show you something that we did. So I created this little thing. Maybe here is going to look better, I think. I don't know. But, oh man, the light is just the sun is too bright, which is good. I really love sunny, beautiful days. Anyway, I'm going to start with this here. This one says yoga, and I found different pictures online. This was on the internet, and I just put them all together. Some of them were already put together, and all I had to do was just put them in a file and send an email to the library that I usually go to, and they just were so nice. They printed out the whole thing for me. So we put the mat on the floor and we start with our session, and our session goes a little bit like this. We just start saying thank you. I think that is just one of the most beautiful things that we share together with Chloe, is just to learn to be grateful and to be thankful for everything that we have, and for everything that we may not have yet. We're still grateful for that. So we're gonna go with the first one, and we have this one here. This one is the froggy. We call it the froggy. I hope you can see it in there. Maybe here will be better. So this froggy it's basically bouncing your head, and just like going up and down and up and down, and basically I'm gonna show you the rest. So Namaste. That's what we use with Chloe for yoga. We also have different things. I really like these little ones, these little thingies here. This one is already used, and as you can see, it has where is the marker? And what did I do with the marker? Oh, alright, I found it. It is right here. So with this marker, she's going to be able to use it and make forms in here. And also my friend, I really don't want to say the names of the people I know in here in this video, just because I don't have their consent, and consent is very important. But one of my closest friends, who is also a teacher, and I was a teacher in the past, she was telling me that kids, they can draw with a marker, and they can also use the same finger to start erasing it, and that is going to help them a lot with their movements in their hands and everything. So this one here, it has the colors, and it has some of the fruits, and it is also focused on shapes. And for example, here we have like the color purple. This needs to be clean. I just, you know, this is the way that we keep things, and I just picked it up, and I didn't know how it was, because we usually use it and we move on. We move really fast, because Chloe is not the kind of child that is going to be sitting down with the same activity for over 20 minutes. 20 minutes? It's way too much for her. The longest that she could stay is about 10 minutes. So we really need to be moving really, really fast with one activity, and then another activity, and then another one. So as I was saying, here we also have the these shapes, and she can just go ahead and choose them, and she loves X-ray. It's amazing how every kid, every child is different, and they have their own expectations, and they have their own likes and wants. And my daughter, she is very independent, in my opinion. With this, I am not saying, I'm not trying to overload her with praises, because I know that she is not perfect. She is just a happy child who has different stages, and she has different needs as the rest of the kids. Did you hear that? My computer. Anyway, so you can find these little things here in I found them at the store. These ones are at the dollar store. This one is about alphabets. This one is still sealed. We have not opened it yet, and we're going to open it at some point, but we are just having some other activities. Right now what we are using is this so far, and you can use it and clean it. And I really like this one because she can just start learning different shapes and start using her little marker and fingers to work on this. Anyway, we got enough of this right now. Some things that I will absolutely recommend you to have are crayons. Crayons. These ones are from Crayola, and these are Zilly scents, and they smell like candy. They do smell like candy, and I think that that's why she likes it, because when she's coloring, she can get to have the sense and the smell of the crayons when she is working, and that makes it really fun. I think that she enjoys that, and we usually have a very good time. Like I said, it's a good time that is going to last about 10 minutes. So we only have about 15 or 20 minutes of yoga first, and then we try to work on our little thingies here for about another 10 minutes. Then we try to color, then we read a book. I am so lucky that my daughter loves books, and maybe it's because I love books as well. I try to read as much as possible, and I would say that I am consistently reading something. And when she was very small, she was very, very little, she was still a baby, I would still sit down and read books for her. I wasn't sure if she could really understand what was going on, but when she was about 8 or 9 months old, she started to grab books, and she used to use her little finger and start doing like these things, which was what I was doing when I was reading to her when she was, I don't know, 40 days old. And that was very interesting because I never thought that she was actually paying attention to that. That was something that I enjoyed to do because it is so beautiful when you have your newborn and your baby and all you want to do is just to be next to your baby and having different activities with the baby. So I will grab books and I will read for her because that was just a dream that came true for me. However, she was actually paying attention, which is great. That's very good. All right, moving on. As I mentioned before, she is obsessed with my body parts and parts of the body. She already knows where and how the heart works, her lungs and bones and her stomach, intestines, and all of that. And this book has become so handy, so handy at the time that we started learning more about it. So I'm just going to give you a quick look of what this book is about. It has big pictures. She really can relate, and she knows about the brain, about the heart, and different parts of the organs that we have inside. So far, I think that she's pretty much obsessed with bones and with x-ray. She loves x-rays. I don't know what's the thing about black and white, but she loves those colors. Every child is different. And she knows where the bones are, and she knows what a skeleton is. And this is kind of funny because I know that in Guatemala, where we live, so for so many of the families here and for the culture, speaking about Halloween is always, it has a double standard. I think many religious people is going to go against it and say that is evil, that is just so wrong, that that's just not right. For me, in my opinion, I think it's just another day, and it's just a fun day to dress up and to go ask for candy and just have fun. In my opinion, that's all. I do not want to go deep into that. But sometimes she will go on her iPad and she will find some videos about Halloween, and she will start saying like, oh, this is a skeleton. Oh, mom, look at the arms, look at the legs, look at the ribs, and look at the brain, or where the brain is, and the head, and all of that. She doesn't really pay attention to that actually that is Halloween. For her, it's just a skeleton, just like a part of the body, which is kind of funny and great. I am so grateful that she sees it that way, and that she doesn't really get scared for spooky type of things going on there. Oh wow, what is the book about? Do you know?
Feet. Foot.
That's feet because you have two.
I can see it.
Where are the ribs? Ribs.
Here?
Here? That's a hand, I think. The ribs are right here.
Yeah.
You see? Where is the hand?
No, look here, the brain.
That's the brain, right?
Brain in the hand.
Okay. Where's the eye?
I can see it. Oh, one.
It's one eye. Oh, two actually. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Neither.
What is that?
Look.
Is that a doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Neither look at the bone.
Oh, and Nina broke the bone? That's
Yeah.
why Nina had to go with the doctor?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. So where's the brain? Where was the brain? Do you remember? Where was it?
No.
You don't remember?
No, never.
Okay. Show me your book.
Stop.
Ajá. Era la boca.
Mira.
What is that?
Mami,
Qué rico, hay que comer.
What's that?
Ah, ¿eso qué?
What is it?
Mommy, look.
Yeah.
This is
What is it?
Samantha.
Oh, is that Chloe Samantha? Oh, that's so cute.
A tomato.
What?
The tomato is dummy in there.
Is it baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one toy that we like to have, and I'm going to show this to you. There is a video where we are playing. We really like to make this combination. Like I said, we have yoga time, we have some marker and some shapes or numbers or forms or colors type of time, and then we move on to coloring, and we also go to read some books. We read them, we try to understand them, and we really have a good time with them. And we also have a toy. We can always play. I think that every time that we make the time to play with Chloe, she learns things really fast. I mean, it's amazing how she does. So I use this one. I don't know if you've seen it, but you are going to use this type of teasers, and you are going to take some parts of the body out of this guy. You're going to basically be playing like a doctor, and she loves it because she knows where is the heart, and she goes, Mom, why is the heart broken? Why is the heart broken in here? And since it is in English, most of our readings and most of the things that we learn is in English, just because I think that Spanish is something that is going to be very easy for her to pick up. And actually, she's very good at Spanish now. It was very hard for her to get her to speak. She was very quiet, and she's a very shy type of girl, so it was hard to get her to speak really fast like the rest of the kids. Many of her she has two pediatricians. One pediatrician, who is the first one, she is amazing. She is absolutely amazing. I am going to actually recommend her to you if you are looking for a pediatrician. She is wonderful. And I remember that she was saying, like, well, you know what, some of the kids who are learning with both with two languages, they're going to have some kind of delayed, but that doesn't mean that she's not learning. You know, she's just going to take her own pace and her own time, and that's exactly what happened. The second pediatrician that she had is another one, and I'm going to also recommend him to you. he's very good. We had an emergency, and that this story is going to be for another time, for story time with Chloe. This was awful, awful, awful time, awful. We ended up at the hospital about 3 in the morning, and she was just not doing good, and I was in shock. I just didn't know what to do. Anyway, this is just not good memories, but I'm going to recommend the 2 pediatricians who were very, very close to her during this time. The first pediatrician was with her from the moment that she was born, and she is still with my daughter, and she's wonderful. And the second pediatrician was the one who met Chloe in the middle of this emergency, and who had assisted us, and he's still assisting us at some point. By the way, I need to take her to one of the pediatricians. I'm gonna have to schedule that for sure. So anyway, I'm sorry, I got lost in there, but I'm back. We also have, of course, markers. So important to have markers. Here is some of the thing. Yeah, here's some of the stuff. By the way, right now she's only making doodles, and she loves making doodles with different colors. She loves the color black, which is, I don't know. And she says, "Mommy, look at the X-ray," and you can see here, like, she's trying to make some bones, and she says, "It's a hand, it's a hand, it's a finger, it's a finger," and that's what she does. Oh my gosh, this light, I am so sorry. So she loves X-rays, and yeah, some other things that we do here, and we work on them. And these are the colors that we use as well. This helps a lot for her, and we really enjoy having a good time. I think that we're going to make another video where we are sitting down and we are learning stuff. We just take the time to read and to focus on what she's going to be learning for the day. This is a book, and this one we have not used it yet. I think that is still, for some reason I feel like this one is just a little too advanced for her, I think. We'll see. But this one has, you know, things to connect, you know, and also to find, and like a puzzle type of thing. This one seems a lot of fun. She really likes to go through it. I think that for now we're not going to be able to find words in this, but she can find the letters. She knows the alphabet very well, so she can start trying to find some letters. She's 3 years and a half, 3.5 years and old, and yeah, so I don't know, like I said before, her speech is not really fluent, not in Spanish or not in English, but she's being able to communicate a little bit more. I was very concerned at some point, because I felt like, wow, my daughter is just not really speaking. And besides her personality, she's very shy. She's super shy, and she has always been this way. I remember when she was about 3 months old, and we went to visit some family and relatives, and 3 months old, and she was screaming and crying on the top of her lungs because she didn't want to be touched. She didn't want to be hugged or held by anybody else other than her mommy. And I think that it was just very clear that her personality is very, very shy. And anyway, so some of those activities are the ones that we use. I'm going to add some games and some toys, like the one that I just showed you right now, at least in this video. I'm going to use some different ones in another videos that we are going to be making at some point in the future. But I wanted to show you some of those that we use so far. Those are wonderful and help a lot. So if you have questions, you can always leave your question or your comment down below this video, and I'll be happy to assist as much as possible. I was a teacher. I have a background teacher, and I have worked as a teacher in different schools here in Guatemala. Most of them are American schools. And the reason that I always make my videos in Spanish is because I have always, in English, is because I have always been in this context of English. My church is in English. My work or the type of jobs that I have had have been in English. And most of my friends, most of my family, everybody speaks English, so it's easier to actually relate and speak in this language. And I also think that, you know, if you want to practice your English, you can always watch some of my videos. If you need some tips, if you want to have some conversations, maybe we can just start talking or chatting. I'll be happy to assist as much as possible. My English is not the best, but neither my Spanish. I mean, seriously, in English or Spanish or in any other language, we always make so many mistakes when we are writing, when we're speaking. So it doesn't really matter. As long as you communicate, as long as you are making sense, I think that will help. That is very helpful, and that's all you need. But I'll be happy to help as much as possible. For all the friends that who have worked in a call center with me in the past, I hope that you guys are watching this video too, and that you are practicing your English with me. I know you get to practice your English every single day with every single call. Poor guys. I don't know. I hope you guys are doing great. Having a job during this time is wonderful and is very beneficial, but also having a job and working on something that you don't like is just very, very hard in my own experience. This is just talking about me. I think that every job is very, very welcome and very appreciated and respected as well. But I mean, we just have to find our own way to do things and to survive. So having said that, please guys, help me sharing these videos, giving a thumbs up, and subscribe so you can become one of my subscribers, and you are going to be notified every single time that I'm going to be uploading a video. And thank you so much for every single one of you who is watching and taking the time to be around. And I really hope that our experiences and talking about us can help us to grow and, you know, just grow ourselves out of our comfort zone and become a better person. Please remember to always be kind, to always be nice, and that is something that is not very difficult to do. We can do it all together. And yes, especially be kind on the comments down below to each other. We don't need more hate. We do not need more or resentful people or comments. We just need peace, love, and acceptance. And maybe that is what this channel is all about. So, all right, thank you so much for everything. Have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful day. So take care. From a girl in Guatemala. Bye bye.